Fremont Indian State Park: Preservation at What Cost? A Travel Experience by Derek Anderson. With limited time available to travel, I was looking for a close-by day trip here in Utah. I was searching for something more out of the ordinary, or rather a hidden gem. Utilizing the tools available today for travel, I went to ChatGPT to see what AI suggested. What I found was the Fremont Indian State Park. This state park was advertised to feature a museum, rock art, hiking trails, and the history of the Fremont Indian people. After learning about the park, I decided to go and gather research focused on the efforts being made to preserve the Fremont Indian culture. When the day of the travel came, I drove down to the park, just south of Richfield off of I-70. It was a beautiful drive in through the canyons and into the park. Upon entering into the park, there was a small visitor center and museum. We walked in, met with a park ranger, and purchased our tickets into the museum, where it then started with a short video. As we walked around and interacted with the museum, we got to see and learn about the artifacts that had been collected and discovered from the Fremont Indian people. It is estimated that this specific group inhabited this area for 1,000 years, from 300 AD to about 1300 AD. However, not much is known about the Fremont Indian people besides what archaeologists and researchers can guess based on their findings. The efforts of the museum are, as stated, to preserve these artifacts so that others can learn about this people and what their culture was from what they have. While the focus is to preserve the Fremont Indian culture, it was rather shocking to learn about how all of this was found. Throughout the video that was shown upon entering the museum, and the artifacts that the museum showcased, there was one fact that simply couldn't be ignored. This park was founded after a construction delay. While building Interstate 70 through the canyon, the highway had plans that ran through a small mountain. While working to move this mountain, workers began to find artifacts from the Fremont people. Archaeologists came out and began to excavate the area to uncover more pieces. However, once they had taken out what they could, construction continued, and the ancient living grounds were pushed out of the way to free up space for the new road. What's left now is a fraction of the mountain that used to exist, and the dwelling grounds of the ancient Fremont Indian people. So, despite its rough start and rather bizarre uncovering, the park still features many beautiful petroglyphs and pictographs. Additionally, in other attempts to preserve the culture of the Fremont people, some interactive sites have been made throughout the park to show what living would have been like on these grounds hundreds of years ago. The state park also stretched over many mountains, as it is full of beautiful hikes that wander up the hills and throughout other remnants of the Fremont Indian culture. Sadly, while efforts are being made by the park to preserve these pieces and make them available to the public after their bizarre construction discovery, this public preservation comes at a cost. Inconsiderate visitors have come and damaged and marked these historic spots for everyone to see. These selfish acts have left their mark forever on the experience of every other visitor that comes to the park now. It seems that upon every attempt to preserve and save the historic culture of the Fremont Indian people, there is a cost. To discover it, it was destroyed and replaced with a highway. To keep it open to the public and shown to all, others come and ruin it. These findings can bring a traveler to question the effects of their actions and everyday decisions. Is a highway worth losing the living grounds of an ancient culture? What is the mark I am leaving on the places I travel. Answering these questions may help one dig a bit deeper to understand where they stand and the imprint they leave when traveling. These same questions helped me grow personally on this AI-fueled hidden gem trip that I took. I got to enjoy what was preserved through time and is available to all to come and see. However, I also saw the costs that must be paid for human actions. By coming into this trip with the focus and intention to write about my travel, I began to look even deeper than what there was to see and learn about the park, but also what the park made me see in myself. By venturing out to a small state park in central Utah, I was able to see and learn of the beautiful history of an ancient people, but I also learned how destructive and lasting some decisions can be. Through travel and the documentation of this trip, I walked away with a stronger urge to preserve what is out there and to find more to see. My hope by sharing my findings is that other travelers can also enjoy what is out there while being mindful of the impact they make when visiting such amazing sites. So, as ChatGPT and the Utah State Park website advertise the park, there is plenty of culture to see and much to learn about the Fremont Indian people. However, contrary to my original mission, I learned that what is not shown and advertised is the cost at which these findings were and are preserved today. Also, not advertised on these websites is the experience and change that every traveler can have as they travel and learn more about their surroundings and what their surroundings teach them of themselves. And that is what I learned on my trip to Fremont Indian State Park, or a hidden gem at what cost?